We're going to... We need water into this tank. No. Because there's going to be too many things. Okay. Large crate. That's going to be our output. This is our input. And then we need our auto crafter, which I didn't pick up. Nope, it was hiding. And that goes on top of this jar. And then we just connect it all. Of course, I don't have enough of these pipes. There we go. Just need one more. Put it in there. We actually probably don't need... Why am I getting this? No, you stop. We don't need these. Okay, so we probably actually don't even need 2 chests. I think one chest might actually just work. So let's just quickly test that. So if I throw in my gravel and sand into here and tell you I want this. Beautiful. Okay, so yeah, we don't need 2 chests. And now we have a ton of clay. Great. So we have access to all that. We can even probably tap in another pipe for lava too if we have anything that requires no temperature. Cobblestone gen. Okay, that's another way of getting cobblestone, I guess. Looks like lava and glowstone would give us endstone. That's actually not bad, because it'd be easier to get glowstone than it is to get to the end right now. We can also get obsidian that way, but I'm not really too worried about obsidian because we can actually just do that with this guy, the ignis extruder. We just swap it. Yeah, it generates various types of stones. I don't know actually how to change it, but you could in the past. I don't know how. But look at our water. Our water is doing great. And it's still doing the sluice, doing all that stuff, so that's fantastic. So that is self-sufficient. I no longer have to click on things. I can get rid of my macro that I just made. But it was really helpful during the time being while I was waiting to show you guys all that. So that's always a key of making things self-sufficient, which is what we're going to need with our electrolytic separator. This is becoming a mess right here, but you know what? I'm all for it. As long as we add on to it little by little, we are good. So let's remove this tank. We'll keep this for safekeeping. We got, what is that, like 100 something buckets of lava just on the ready? Ooh, look at that. Maybe our water is not good. Uh-oh. Oh, she's trying. That's okay, because this recipe is going to run out eventually. I think it'll run out right now. Fantastic. Wow. Okay, that's actually a lot more clay than I thought I was going to get. Okay, great. We're just gonna move on. So electrolytic separator. So this guy over here is actually crazy expensive to power from the get-go. This thing uses 160 RF a tick. So again, to put it in perspective, each one of these only produces 70. So we only have 140 available to us. That's got to run all of our machines. Plus the electrolytic separator, plus the purification chamber, which uses 80 a tick. So that's what? 250 a tick? Wait, am my math right on that? what did I say? This was 160 plus 80. That's 240. So what you do is that you put a gas generator next to this because it's separating oxygen and hydrogen. So you use the hydrogen as fuel to power itself. And that's what we're going to do. So this guy needs to go. How are we going to orientate this? We're going to put you, because I need to pull water, right? So I could put water behind it. Oxygen can go out this way and into the purification chamber over the top of this fluid pipe. We could make this a little bit more clean, I think, but right now we're doing it quick and dirty. And then this guy, I want you to basically just power him. So that's how that's going to work. So the electrolytic separator, it's going to put hydrogen on the blue side here, which is a gas. And so the output is going to be for gas on that side. And so we're reversing them here. And then I don't think I need to tell it what side water is coming from. So we're just going to push it in the back there. Yeah, there we go. Fantastic. So we'll just keep that tank for this guy here because this should be fine. We're not trying to, go crazy with our efficiency on that stuff. So, and then we're going to put this machine up here. So I have access to more sides of it because if I put it there, it's going to mess with those ones. And we'll grab some of our newer cables so that way this gets power. I'm going to probably need more than that, so we'll do that. And then I want to make sure that there's a buffer of oxygen. So I want to make a quick oxygen tank. Basic one. Basic chemical tank is just osmium and redstone. Easy peasy. Oh, and we need gas as well from pipes. Which are these green ones here. We're going to get 16 of those puppies. So all this makes sense if you just like sit down and kind of think about like what you kind of need to do. Although I can understand starting off, it could be a little complicated. So this guy, it needs oxygen. So the right side of this is going to be an input for gases. All right. And items, we're going to turn ejection onto the bottom, which is going to be the blue. And that's going to shove it right into the crusher. And the crusher's input for items is already set for the top. And we're going to have him extracting blue on the right. So it's going down like that into this machine, into that machine. So you could make these a square. That's what I usually do, but just to kind of save space. But this will be fine. And so we need to put oxygen in here. So we're just going to go up and over. And this will actually output, don't ask me how this works, but this empty space right here works fine with these. We're going to take our gas line up and over. And to the back of that guy. And we'll set it to pull from there. All right. And this will be our buffer. It holds 64 buckets, I guess, whatever it is, of gas. It's going to go all the way over there and fuel our purification chamber. So what we need to do is actually start this guy, which we're going to have to pull power from. I guess we're just going to have to pull power, which I've kind of blocked off this area right here. There we go. Because I do want to pull power from both of these guys over. And why not go under now? There it is. And these lovely sounds we're going to turn off. That one and this guy. So right now it is creating hydrogen over here and oxygen over here. Oxygen is going into this tank right here. As you can see, gas, oxygen. And over here, this guy's getting hydrogen. And this is basically a 1-to-1. As long as you don't upgrade or ask more of it, one gas burning generator is always enough power for this guy. So after it's started, you can just do that. And this no longer needs external power from anywhere. And this guy will infinitely power this machine with no issues. Again, as long as you don't upgrade it and do all that stuff, it's going to be just fine. Whether it's enough oxygen for your machines, because like this purification chamber can be upgraded to pretty quick, but that's down the road. Like the most I've ever used is 3 of these electric separators for 1 purification chamber, and that's like full bore, 100% just fully gone out, you know. So we don't need to do that right now. For our little small setup right now, this is perfect. So this generator right here is producing 160 RF a tick, but you can pull 320 out of it, while this guy is using 160 FE a tick. And let's check on our water pump over here. It's doing pretty good. We might actually need to sleep, that way it gets power as well. Whoop, I went the wrong way. Oh, it's looking great. Where am I at? What was I doing? Looking at the water pump. So the water pump is being topped off, no problem. This guy can also take upgrades too, which is awesome. And it's staying at about 9 to 10 buckets, no problem. While this guy's running constantly. I know we can't hear it, but it is still running, still making oxygen. And it's going to make oxygen until it fills it up, and this will be a nice buffer for when we have a lot of items. And yeah, that's it. So now we can see it actually go through the whole setup. So let's go down over here to where I'm now realizing it's going to be really hard to pull items out of here. We'll take a stack of iron. All right. A stack of iron, which currently would only net us 16 bars if we threw this in there. But now that we have tripling, this will get us what, 46? Is that what the math is on that? Let's see. Gases, input on the left. Why aren't you happy? Transport. Yeah, you're not getting gas. So why aren't you getting gas? I tested this in my creative world and it worked. Give me a second here, guys. Okay, so the issue was the chemical tank. I didn't have the top, well, the side set properly as the output, and I think it worked on the other one the first try because the default output is the front of the tank and not any of the other sides. So I think when I placed my pipe on the other one in my test world, I placed it on the front. But now that it's set to output through the top, we now have oxygen, which means now we can throw in our cluster and there it goes. Okay. I clicked the button. Okay, great. So that's going to go, and we need to give it power again because I was trying on all the sides of it. But yeah, this guy uses 80 a tick. So that's 80 plus the 20 for this machine. I think this one's also 20. And I think that one's actually also 20. Actually, this one could be more because it's the actual factory. So there's another 20, so that we're at 120 right now. This guy is going to go through And then this guy's using 20, which it could be using more. It could be using 20 per section it smelts. But what we could do, and this is going to destroy our oxygen reserves, but we could tick accelerate this guy. So he goes through his stuff a lot faster, but it's also going to just demolish our oxygen. But that's the whole reason for this bumper is that once we get it full, we can tick accelerate this first one, and it's just going to use a ton of power. Yeah, you can see this one's like drained already, which is why we would also want a battery buffer as well. Just so all of these machines can do their thing. And now we have 33 inside of here. And it's going to go through and... oh, shit. I already have iron in here already. It's probably finished, what, like 3 or 4 bars by now? But while this goes... We'll put this in here. Well, I don't know where to put it. I'll take the iron and the osmium, though. We can make energy upgrades for all these. Energy and speed upgrades. So I did the math on it. If we just look up Mekanism upgrades, I need 8 energy upgrades per machine. And then, what is that? 8, 10 speed upgrades across all of them. They can take 8 each. So this guy right here, energy upgrades, we need 32 of these, but I used one of the gold dusts earlier. I'm just gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way. Hopefully this works, because my crusher is currently being used. Where's my hammer? Hopefully this work. No, it makes plates, of course. I know. We'll just get 4 of these. Do that. Oh, put that in there, and then we'll get our gold dust that way. 32. So we need 32 of those. I think some of those probably went in here. Sure did, because my inventory is fantastic. Don't you say otherwise. But we take 8 of these, shift right click them into here, and now we'll see that this is using no RF because we're not using it right now, but you can see it 10x's the efficiency. So this is using 20 right now. We'll put in all 8. And shift right clicking is way faster than going the other route. And now it's using 2. Like our solar panel could run that. But we're going to be throwing speed upgrades in these as well. And that's going to increase the power as well. And these are also all the basic ones. So the other way that you can put in these upgrades is through here. But you can see that little loading thing every time. And that's just too long. So we're going to throw that all in there. So these are all way more efficient. So hopefully we can get some of our energy back. Not quite sure where it's being drained, because these should be generating 70. There we go. Okay, now we're coming back. Yeah, it's probably, well, no, this is only using 2, but it's draining. If we turn it off, we should be able to catch back up. After this guy fills, it'll fill this buffer here full of energy, and while that goes, we'll make our speed upgrades. Speed upgrades. So these guys, I needed 10. I think it's because I used some osmium dust, but that's okay. And down the line, I think it was 4, 4, and 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll put 2 in here and put 2 in this guy for now. And then we'll put 2 more in there. That's basically like the perfect ratio, because this guy will take so long to do a cluster, but it does 3 at a time. So this thing's got to crush 3 things before another 3 comes in. And this guy has to clean up each one of these dirty dusts each time. And it's, in theory, it should keep these smelting all at once. So yeah, he's using 20, just less than 20 RF tick for smelting 3 slots at a time, with 2 speed upgrades, which is all this guy needs for this whole setup to be as efficient as it is. These 2 guys, yeah, we're gaining power back too. Okay, yeah. So, but we are also not using 2 machines now. But you can see it will triple things, you know, because this first section here, put in a cluster, it gives you 3, and that just goes down the line and it smelts it at the end. So that's ore tripling. It's it's just that easy. But there is like a lot of stuff. Like this is still like full buffer. Once it's done filling this thing up, it's going to fill up its own generator here full of hydrogen, and then it'll just stop. Because these tanks in here will also fill up. So that's perfectly fine going, and this guy is going to go infinitely, which means we need to start clearing this out. But now that I got the tripling thing, I can make those all into clusters and clear all that up. And an easy way to automate that as well is just by putting... where do I want to actually put this? I guess I could just put it here, and then we'll do this and use our little wrench to get rid of this guy, and output there, and then make sure that this guy is not outputting through the top. We'll just shift right click or shift left click that to erase it from any sort of thing, and then we put our clusters here. It gets pulled into this machine, which now knows that its input is on the right side of it. So again, let's we'll just do 1. We'll do silver. Okay, so 1 silver cluster in here. Oh, can we not triple silver? No, we can't. Interesting. We can only double it, which means that it would just go in here into the enrichment and then smelt it. So we'll just do iron again, because we always need iron. Well, sorry, better yet, we throw our thing in there. It gets thrown into there, and we'll just tick accelerate that. In fact, we'll get rid of these. It goes down into here. It gets made into dirty iron dust. Here it turns into regular iron dust. And at the very end, we have 3 bars. Okay, I'm going to call it there because this episode is probably really long and I feel like I've talked the entire time. I'm going to, between episodes, clear all this stuff up. Probably make a lot more chests to store all of that stuff. And we need, I'm saying right now, we need RF or refined storage right now. Like this is getting out of hand. We need a smart storage system, because that's really just going to speed up everything. So next episode, refined storage. Thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you for the next one.